Good evening. I was just laying here with my dog, Lily. I gave her a bath a little while ago so she can get up here and sleep with me. I want her up here with me tonight. I love having her next to me, cuddle her, pet her, and talk to her. She just loves it. Oh, she loves it. She's a sweet dog and she's affectionate. I was, talking about how our brains and our minds change when we go from being kids to adults. And there's that period in between. Adolescence, I guess, is one word for it. Puberty and all that stuff. But for me, it was freaky. I was a little kid, happy-go-lucky kid, and then one day I noticed I had these sore knots in my chest. These sore knots had come up in my chest, and they hurt. These hard little knots. And my little half-brother's mama, our stepmom, ex-stepmom, came to visit us one day. I'm glad she did, because I told her, I said, Pat, I told her about that, and she said, you're starting to grow boobs, you're starting to become a woman. I didn't know what to think about that, but yeah, okay. She told me I started to grow boobs, okay. I didn't know what to expect, what to think. But at least I knew that I didn't have a disease or something, it was something natural going on. But that's around about the time my period started too. My period started when I was in school. And I was in the 6th grade. No. It was the last year of grade school before you go to junior high school. Let's see. It might have been the 6th grade. It might have been, because I was about 10 years old. I was 10 years old. I went to the bathroom, to use the bathroom there in school, and pulled my panties down. There was blood. There was blood all over my skirt. I didn't know what happened. And I thought, oh my God, I'm going to be in trouble. Like I did something wrong. And I was afraid to go back in the classroom and tell the teacher, so I stayed there in the bathroom and cried. Cried and cried and cried, man, standing there with blood all over my clothes and shit. Finally, the teacher came looking for me because I'd been gone so long. Teacher came in there and asked what was going on. I told her, I cried and cried. So she, I don't know if she called my dad or my dad was at work. Maybe she took me home. I don't know. But I got home somehow or other. Somebody had to have took me because we had to walk to school. And it was 2 miles. One way, 2 miles back, walking. But somebody took me home. And so I could, get in the shower and clean up. And my dad was dating our next stepmom at that time, and she showed me about how to use them old Kotex pads, the kind that you have to wear an elastic belt, and you attach that pad to the elastic belt, and you wear it, and it feels like you're walking around with a mattress between your legs. It's horrible. Oh, those were horrible. And that's what we had to use when we had a period back in them days. That was before they had this peel and stick stuff. And blood was always going over the side of them, so he's always getting blood on their underwear and stuff. Oh, it was awful. Oh, it was horrible having periods. I had them all my life from the time I was 10 years old till I was around, well, I started menopause at the age of 50. I mean, I really got into it at the age of 50. And it went on till, I want to say about now, well, I was about 57, about 57 years old. I pretty much stopped having periods. There was no blood flow at all. About the time I was about 57. So I've been done with menopause for a long time now. I'm 64. So, but, it always sucked having periods. Oh, it's horrible. It's just such a relief to not have to worry about that anymore. It's great not having periods anymore. It's so liberating. Oh, it's great. But I was going to say, talking about how our brains and our minds change when we go into puberty and become adolescents, because we're starting to metamorpho from being a kid on into being an adult. So this in-between stage, this metamorpho stage, there's changes going on. And you start to become more aware of different aspects of life and stuff, and ways of looking at life and looking at people and things. All of a sudden you become more self-conscious, or I did, real self-conscious. I was no longer a happy-go-lucky kid. I became self-conscious and super-duper shy. Real shy and bashful. And I wasn't that way when I was a kid. I was outspoken when I was a kid. But there's something about going into puberty and all that. I became real bashful, shy. So I stayed shy. I suffered with shyness for a lot of my adult life. I mean, all through my teenagehood, I was super duper shy. It was awful. And in my 20s, I had some shyness going on, not as bad, but some, bashfulness going on. And a little bit of it through my 30s, but when I got in my 40s, I was less shy. I wasn't assertive, but I was less shy, a little more sure of myself. In my 40s, I was more sure of myself. But I wasn't assertive. But I'm assertive now, and I'm glad. You have to be. But it took getting to be 60 years old to start being assertive. I was around 60 years old and I started being assertive. Started becoming more of an outspoken person, more of an outgoing person at around 60. Weird, man. Weird. Life is weird. Lily! Lily! Come here, Lily. Lily! Lily! Look at there, Lily. Look at there. Lily. Lily. Well, say something, Lily. Say something. Lily. Say something. What you doing? What are you doing, Lily? She's camera shy. That's what it is. She's camera shy. Sometimes I'll be trying to show her some animals on a video. She'll barely look at it and then look away. She's camera shy. Trying to fix this lamp. That's all I wanted to talk about. I just had that thought go through my mind. Now it's time to go to sleep. Good night. Good night, Gabriel.